First of all, I'd like to make it absolutely crystal clear that Bashkortostan is actually part of Russia, and it's not a foreign state like Kazakhstan or Kyrgyzstan. You know, this might look funny, but and I thought everybody in Moscow knew this fact until the moment my elder sister came to Moscow 12 years ago to take her university entrance exams. And when she was trying to apply her documents to apply for this process, the university staff told her the foreigners are attended at another desk. And she was quite surprised. She actually had to prove that she was Russian to show her Russian passport. I could also actually show you my Russian passport to prove that I'm also Russian. Although my passport was given to me in Moscow, but doesn't define my point at all. So, maybe I guess few of you know that Bashkortostan has been part of Russia for almost half a century. Can you imagine this? It's actually much longer than such regions as Yekaterinburg, Volgograd, or the Crimea. And the Bashkir people take great pride in the fact that their land wasn't conquered and occupied by the Russians, as the Kazan state was, but rather a referendum was held among the so-called Babais, that is the oldest representatives of the 7 major Bashkir peoples, who got together, discussed what they're going to do, and they wisely decided that if you can't beat them, join. And so they did. So Bashkortostan became part of Russia. And just like every nation, Bashkortostan has its own national hero. I should say that he is this Ivan the Fool guy. He is a really tough guy. His name is Salavat Yulayev. And his main achievement was that he wanted to get out of Russia. He wanted Bashkortostan to become independent. And that's why he joined this famous rebellion movement of Emelian Pugachev, and he failed, and he ended his life in prison. But Bashkir people still take pride that he was the guy who fought for their independence, and even a hockey team has been named after him. The Bashkir people have always been in this fierce rivalry with the Tatar guys, with their neighbors. And this battle is never-ending, actually. It's widely believed that the Tatar people are actually smarter and prettier than the Bashkirs. And a classic example is Irina Sheikh, who is Tatar by her origin. And I see some of the guys just got my point about who is prettier. We also have another example in our club. We have Maya Zainadinova, who I guess also has this Tatar origin, yes, roots, who is also very pretty, I should say.
I'm not your personal evaluator.
That wasn't my point, actually. But still. And Ufa has long been competing with Kazan just to prove that it's also a great city to live in, and to prove that it's just as old as Kazan is. But Bashkir have been unsuccessful, that failed to prove that Ufa is an old city. And when a census was held, in Russian, was held a few years ago, the results were humiliating for the Bashkir people, because in this republic, the Tatars outnumbered the Bashkirs by a way margin. So tough luck for the Bashkirs. My land is famous for 2 substances that it produces. First, it's oil, and second, it's honey. We don't have much oil anymore. It's actually all has been produced already. But speaking about honey, it's probably our greatest export product that we have, and we produce it a lot. It's really unique because it's got this great mix of beneficial elements and vitamins. It's really tasty. It's got a unique taste. So your next question probably would be, why haven't you brought it here tonight? My answer would be, I'm sorry guys, but I've eaten it all myself. So sorry, maybe next time I'll bring it to you. Okay, and I'd like to say that we also have some cultural print on Russian culture. Because, for example, I lived nearby the former mention of Sergei Aksakov, a famous writer who wrote this Alenький цветочек tale. Probably you all know that. But I've read recently that when he lived there in Bashkortostan, he felt it was so boring living there. So that he decided to go to Moscow, and he left Bashkortostan for good and never returned back. So probably that was the reason I also left my country, my land. But speaking about Bashkirs, they might be some weird people, they might have some tough luck in their lives, but they're really hospitable. And they're really receptive to tourists and to those who come to their land. So guys, I'm absolutely sure that if you come to my place, my land, everybody will be happy to say to you, Rahim et Eges. That means welcome. Thank you.